You know what's important to me?
What?
That my mom like a little bit thinks my boyfriend's hot.
You want your mom to be like, oh, I would have as well.
No, like totally.
Yeah.
Like I need her to be like, well, I mean.
Yeah, that's the one thing I regret about not having a dad is that I don't have someone to be like, good one.
And how sad.
And sad.
But your mom can do that.
But it's not the same.
It's not. Yeah, it's not the same.
It's
as
this weird thing where like you want your parent to want to your partner.
No, exactly. I didn't want to say it outright,
yeah.
but that is in fact what I'm saying it completely. Like
Luckily,
I
will never have a dad to be like, I would.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Yvette Show. I'm Yvette. You know that. Please, I hope you know that by now. Anyway, so this week, I had a crazy week. It was the 4th of July, and I went to Texas. Have you ever been there? It's quite the place. Do you know what I felt like when I was there? I was like, wow, America is really big. And I know that that's like such a cliche, but I wasn't just like, because also what was happening was I was there because I was visiting my boyfriend's family. Here's the thing. Meeting the parents is something that I have never done before, okay? I'm going to be so for real with you right now. I've never had someone that I even remotely cared about enough to even meet their sister. Like it's never come up, frankly. And and my longest relationship before this was so toxic that there was really no time to meet anybody because we were fighting. So we're just in like new territory right now. I never thought of myself as like a nervous person in social situations because like my job is stand-up comedy, by the way. So I'm getting constantly rejected in every possible way, like socially. Like doing stand-up comedy and like bombing, which happens all the time to everybody. It's like walking up to somebody at a cocktail party and then being like, I don't like you. So, but it's like 100 people. So I am pretty impervious to a lot of things. So I was very surprised in myself that like the first time that I met my boyfriend's parents, I was like legitimately nervous about it. I think because we had already been dating for like 5.5 months at that point. So I was like, this feels like a lot's riding on this. Like we already have such a relationship. And like, if this goes badly, then like it's over, which no one's going to say that outright, but obviously that's the case. Like if he met my parents and was like a huge asshole, which is not what he's going to do ever because he's a nice person probably so far. But if that happened, like I'd be like, yeah, like we can't do this anymore. Like this is not. So knowing that, I'm like, oh my God, this is like kind of a high pressure situation. Here's the thing I didn't realize though. The parents are more scared of you than you are of them. Do you ever think about that? Because the other side of it is if it doesn't go well and their child chooses you because you're the partner, you're the thing, like what, that just means that you guys see the parents less. That's really high stakes for them. If your parents like you, that's their worst case scenario is like your child choosing their partner over you. Yikes. So I didn't realize that until I watched my dad interact with my boyfriend for the first time. And I was like, watching my dad like literally be nervous. And I was like, it took me a second even. I don't think I've ever seen my dad nervous. I was like, what are you doing? Like he was like, so do you like tennis? And I was like, what? And I was like, wait, sorry, is my dad trying to impress my fucking boyfriend right now? Like, are you a pussy? But they got along really well, so that was great. And I really like my boyfriend's parents and family and like whatever. And they have this big happy family. But here's the thing. So I go to the South and I haven't spent a lot of time in the South, but I especially haven't spent time. I went to Austin once for like a night for shows. Like I really didn't get like a cultural thing. And I've known some things about the South that are like the stereotypes. There was so much cheese in ways that that you can't even imagine. Like I didn't know you could do stuff like that with cream cheese. Never crossed my mind. Like, I don't know. My dad's lactose intolerant, so maybe that's also part of it. Like, we didn't really have a lot of like dairy at home growing up. So it was just sort of like that was a huge culture shock. They're giving me like 7-layer dip. They're like, try it, it's good. It's like all cream cheese and then like a bacon layer on top. And I'm like, I don't even like, my Jewish ass is like freaking out right now. And I'm not even like, I'm not kosher. I just like literally was just like, I don't know. Like it was just different. It was just super different. They did a fish fry, which is just chunks of fish and they're just like tossing it in my mouth. I basically being in this situation, because it's obviously like my boyfriend knows everybody and I know nobody. And I was like, okay, so I'm just like your pet this whole weekend. Like I'm just a service animal. I'm walking around and say, okay. And he's like, try this. And I'm like, okay. Like it was so crazy. I was so just like at his mercy. I was just being told what to do. I was just saying, okay, I just got crazy. But it was fun. It was fun. It was fun. The other interesting thing was that I got there and day one, I'm just like, okay, cool, chilling. Day two, I'm like, okay, sick, like, cool. I'm getting a little like overstimmied, but like that's fine because there was just like 30 people all hanging out and it was nonstop for like 3 or 4 days. And then the third day, I was like looking around and I realized that everyone was engaged or married. And then they were all looking at us and they were like, and I was like, what is happening? And then finally, one of his mom's friends, she's so sweet and was so awesome. And I really liked talking to her. And then she goes, I'll officiate the wedding. And I was like, bitch. Oh my, and sorry I called you a bitch. You know I don't mean it, but like no. Give me a second. We've been dating for 6 months. Let me live my life. I'm still a baby. It's so crazy because it's like in New York, like I'm 29. In New York, I'm a child bride. Like I don't know anyone at my age. That's a lie. I was supposed to say anyone my age that's ever married. But really the problem is that I'm around degenerates all the time. I'm around like scary comedians who are like, I don't know why I can't find love. And it's like, well, you're so the problem, my guy. Like you can't even text back. Like you are a kind of a sex addict and like, and maybe, and that's okay and live your life. But like, anyway, that's just kind of the environment I'm coming from is like sort of like sad clowns who are perpetually single. And then I go down south and they're just like, yes, I have a job and a husband and a kid on the way. And I'm just like, and then finally I kind of hit a tipping point and I like got my boyfriend was like, how's it going? And I was like, oh, we can't get married. I'm too young. And he was like, oh my God, we're not gonna. We're on a different time. We're doing our own thing. They have nothing to do with us. And I was like, are you sure? He was like, yes. And I was like, okay. Okay. Anyway, so that was crazy. The other thing is that they were hazing me the entire time, which was fun and I liked it. They kept, okay, the day before I go, I literally, my boyfriend, I was out to drinks with my friend and my boyfriend stopped by for a second and my friend was like asking us about the trip, which like I knew high level stuff, but I was just kind of like, I mean, this is your thing. I'm going to go either way. So just like, let's go. Right. So I guess I didn't ask too many questions, but like as we were getting closer and closer to us going to Texas, he was sort of like dropping little things over time. And he was like, cause we we're going to this like sort of like beachy town. And he was like, it's my favorite place. Like, it's so important to me that you go and like enjoy it. And I was like, okay, great. I'm going to go. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm pretty low maintenance. Like, this will be fun. As we're leading in, he goes, by the way, you might get a flesh-eating bacteria from the water. I was like, what? He was like, it's just like one person per year, like dies of it. And I was like, okay. And he was like, totally. We get closer and we're out to drinks with my friend like the night before. And he goes, by the way. And I was like, what? And he goes, there are jellyfish this year. And I was like, okay. And he goes, but you might not get stung. I was like, might? And he was like, yeah, I mean, you might get stung. But like, if you do get stung, it won't even hurt. It's just like a little pinch and then it's like itchy for like 30 minutes and then you're good. And I was like, well, why would I subject myself to that? And he's like, well, because it's going to be really hot. So you're going to want to jump in. I was like, okay, this is like so, oh my God. And then I get there and I was like, and it was hot. And I was like, you know what? The water looks fine. I'm going to take a risk on the flesh-eating bacteria. I'm gonna jump in. And I jump in and I was like, you know what? Maybe they were just like fucking with me about the like jellyfish. And also they were like, and maybe there's gonna be sharks. And also, here's the other thing. I was like, well, how big are the jellyfish? If it's like this big, like just like the little guys. And he was like, no, like this, like like this big. And I was like, okay, so now we're on multiple feet. Ugh. So I was like, okay, this is gonna be a nightmare. And I was like, I'm not going in the water. I made a huge deal. I was like, I'm not going in the water. Day one, everyone jumps in. I go, well, I'm getting in the water. Like, I'm not gonna be a lame ass. So I get in the water and I'm like, you know what? Maybe they were just fucking with me. Like, this is actually fine. Like, no one's getting, it's seemingly like we're spending the whole day in the water. No one's getting stung. That night, my boyfriend comes to me and he goes, by the way, we all got stung. We all got stung. We didn't want to freak you out. I was like, dude. I mean, I guess I'm like lucky girl syndrome. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. It was all a ruse. They were all lying to me so that I didn't freak out more about the jellyfish, but they all got stung. They got stung. My boyfriend had said, he was like, oh yeah, you were talking to this one person and she got stung while she was talking to you. And she like looked at me and was like, I was like, and I was like, really? And then he also got stung too. Wow. He was holding me in his arms in the water. I was like, great. That's great. But I feel like God's favorite right now. So that's good. And then we get to the last day, okay? We get to the last day. My boyfriend's dad, who is full of jokes. Like, everything he says is nonstop sarcasm. Like, I don't even know who this guy is because he is so in character at all times. Like, he's always like looking at you and being like, I'm just like, it's so funny. It's awesome. But then, so the last day he goes, oh, are you guys going to see the dolphins before you go? And I was like, yeah, right. Yeah, the dolphins, haha. And there's a unicorn down there too. Because they're telling me that this is like a disgusting place with like oil refineries on the skyline and like jelly and like flesh eating bacteria. I'm like, there's sharks. I'm like, there's no, yeah, haha, dolphins. And then my boyfriend turns to me and goes, oh, actually, he's being serious. There are dolphins. I'm like, why didn't we lead with dolphins? We didn't lead with dolphins? That's crazy. Anyway, we didn't even see the dolphins. I just saw jellyfish in the water, which I did see one, but I was out of the water at that point. Anyway, that's all to say, what a blast. It was a really great experience. I had a really nice time. I'm so glad I got to spend time with the people that are important to him. And I even was able to relax by day 3 once we sort of got through the thick of the scary part with the jellyfish risk. And I didn't really go in the water after that. So that's all to say. Anything is possible. Now's the time. If you are going to meet your partner's parents, just remember it's super important, and whatever happens will dictate the rest of your life. But it's probably going to be fine. So that's the really key takeaway, is that they want to like you and you want to like them. And it is a little bit of an audition on both sides. So it's mutual. And just have fun with it. Get crazy on it. Hit on his dad, okay? He likes it. Do that. Flirt with his mom. Do whatever you have to do to get ahead. You're going to have a great time. And if you're in Texas, try the queso. It is cheese soup. And there's definitely queso other places, but it's not quite like Texas queso, that's for sure. And the first day I had it, I had a stomach ache for about 48 hours. And then by the last day, we were in the airport and we missed our flight, by the way. So we were in the airport for like 2 more hours than we needed to be because they just put us on a new flight. And I looked at my boyfriend. I was like, queso. And he was like, that's my girl. So it does creep up on you, and you can actually adapt and react and readapt and react. But I'm glad to be back in New York. It's safer here. Everyone is single and has Peter Pan syndrome, just how I like them. And, there's a lot to do up here. Down there was just mostly like, well, we were on vacation. So what am I saying? It was like float. I read half my book. It's not very good, but I read it. I'm going to probably read a new one soon. Do you care? Anyway, today we have an incredible guest for you. I'm very excited to talk to him about the concept of meeting parents. And he is actually in a new relationship himself, so I think that he is going to have an interesting perspective. He is my good friend and esteemed colleague, Philipp Kostelecky. He's so funny. He is an incredible stand-up comedian. I've known him for a few years, and he's one of my good pals. So let's get into it with Philipp.
So for people listening, I've recently started seeing one. She lives in Sweden, though.
Okay. So star-crossed in that way.
Yeah. So it's she's across the pond, as it were. And so we met at the Comedy Cellar,
Whoa.
where I was performing. I was doing
Brag.
brag.
And I was on stage.
And I was on
performing at the
stage.
Comedy Cellar.
Well, so there's a lot of. I'm gonna add some extra details here that I think you're gonna find very cute.
Okay.
Because every time I tell them to people, and I'm not trying to stereotype, but I there's gonna add certain details in the story, and whenever I tell them, people, especially women, go, "Oh my god,
Really?
Oh my god." Right, and I'll tell you at the end what the detail was. But
Okay.
so I'd done my shows for tonight, for that night, and I was hanging around, and they said, "Oh, this guy Sharif Johnson was supposed to be on the show. It's called the Boneyard Show. It's the last show on a Friday night at the Cellar. It starts at like 1 a.m.
Totally.
and so it's always like chaos." And they were like, "This guy Sharif Johnson hasn't showed up. Philip, you might have to take his spot." So I was like, "All right, I'm chilling." And then he said, "Yeah, I don't know what his deal is, but you were gonna go up." So I go in, and the audience is like, half of it's been thrown out already because they were too drunk and stuff. And as I'm walking in, someone's actively being thrown out. And
That's
I was like,
chaotic.
"All right, this is chaos." But so I did my set, and I kind of saw her in the back of the room while I was on
At
stage.
the Graveyard Show.
At the Graveyard Show, the Boneyard Show. And I was like, "Oh, okay, cute," but I didn't say anything. And it later turned out that she had like noticed me on stage and like purposely like leaned in a little bit so the light would catch her face while I was on stage. So yeah. I didn't know this till later, obviously. She
Girls
told-
are so smart.
Yeah, it was
Girls
pretty
think
clever.
of everything. You know what's so crazy? It's always like we're so good at making something the man's idea. Like, you know what I mean? We will do like every little like
Drop
when
a
it's like
napkin. or,
and then guys are like, "Whoa, that's so crazy."
Well, how lucky me,
Yeah, and it's like, "No, I did that shit." Anyway.
And so then and then after the show, I kind of like walked by her once or twice, hoping that, but the show was on or whatever, or she wasn't paying. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I kind of did a double take on her because I wanted to like see that. But I always put out a few feelers, and if there's nothing back, then it's like, all right, whatever.
Right.
So then I was hanging outside afterwards, and she like walked up to me and this other guy, Dan Davis, who was on. And she kind of started chatting to us about the show. She's like, "Oh, it's always this chaotic or whatever." And I said, "Oh yeah, well," and then we started chatting. And then her and I went to like a bar nearby, something Guinness.
It's like 3 a.m. at this point.
Yeah. It's 3 a.m. And I'm never out that late anyway. So, your boy was feeling it. So we were hanging out at the bar, but she kept like laughing at all of his jokes that he was saying.
Yeah.
And she wasn't actually
Dan
on the show.
is a very funny guy.
He's very funny. So
and
she
he's
kept like,
great at the Riz game too.
he was very good. So I was sitting there like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
I was really annoyed. And then at one point, I was like, "Oh, how old are you?" to her. She said, "I'm 27." I said, "How old are you, Dan?" And then he goes, "Oh, I'm 39." And I was like, "All right, we're good." I was like, if she's into going someone that's 11 years older, then fine, like whatever, this isn't fine.
Right.
So we were chatting a little bit. Then he kind of joined someone else, and then we were chatting and got along well. And I thought there was a vibe, but I wasn't sure. So at one point she was like playing with my sweater, and I said, "Oh, do you want to hold hands or something?" And she said, "Not really." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Maybe not. But then we walked back to Union Square, where she was going to get the 6 train to where she was staying, and I was going to get the L to get home. And the L was like in 20 minutes. So, and the 6 was like in 2 minutes. I was like, "All right, I'll just walk you to your train." And as I was walking over there, I was like, "Well, if it wasn't your last night here in New York, I would have invited you over, but that feels a bit much." And she goes, "Well, do you want to invite me over?" And I said, "Would you come?" And she goes, "Well, only if I'm invited." And I said, "Would you like to come over?" She goes, "Yeah, sure." And so she came over. We waited for the train to came over. I'll spare you the details of what happened. But
gentleman never tells.
Let's say I showed her my Warhammer collection. I'm joking. But anyway, so we hung out then. It was all really fun. Like, it was a good time. And then she was leaving the next day. So I was like, all right, well, this was a fun, like, little, one night stand. Great, cool. And we exchanged numbers or whatever, Instagrams. And then I was like, cool. And then she said, "I might be back in June." So I was like, all right, cool. And so
Wait, so when was that?
That was in April. So then in the beginning of June,
June.
she shows up again. She's here for 2 weeks for work. And we hung out the first week, and we were getting along okay, and I was with a bit of awkwardness, bit of weirdness. So I was like, "Oh, this is fun," but I don't know if we would ever date. We were in the same city. And then the second week we were hanging out, we just started to click a lot more. We went to like a midsummer festival together. So she's Swedish,
Yeah.
She lives in Sweden. And so I have to say for the record, she's Swedish, but her parents are Chinese. And I always have to say this because I don't want people to see us together and be like, oh my God, he's cheating on his girlfriend with this Chinese girl. You know? So anyway, so then we went to Midsummer together. And then the way she was just like dancing really freely at the festival. And I started dancing, which I never really do. And I was like, oh wow, she's really like bringing the side of me that I don't really get to do that much. So then I really started to like her a lot.
Wait, you're like blushing.
I know. It's so fucking lame.
This is so cute.
And then, so then Sunday rolls around, which is our last day. And I kind of said like, hey, you know, this was really fun, but I don't think I want to do long distance. It's just so impractical. And she's like, yeah, I agree. Yeah. And I said, but if we were in the same city, I'd love to date. She goes, okay, cool. You know, she agrees, whatever. And so then she leaves. And the next day I'm feeling like pretty gloomy. I was feeling pretty sad, but not like in an immature way. Like I was able to get stuff done, but I was just like really missed her. And then I go to this gig and there's this comedian on stage who's really funny, a Top Secret. And I'm just really laughing. I'm kind of forgetting about my problems for a minute. And I'm like, oh, this is kind of nice. And then I go over to the cellar to do another spot. And I'm sitting there and that same comedian from the Top Secret is there. And he walks up to me. I said, oh shit, you were the guy from the Top Secret. You were so funny. And he goes, yeah, oh, thank you, man. And I said, what's your name, by the way? And he goes, oh, my name's Sharif. And I go, is your name Sharif Johnson? And he goes, yeah. And I go, I got to tell you this story. And then I told him how he didn't show up for this gig. And that's the reason I met her. And he was like, yo, it's a sign, bro. It's a sign. And so that was the cute extra detail I wanted to share.
Aww.
Which is so, yeah. So then I asked, like, I said, can we have a phone call in like a week? I just want to think about it for a little bit. And we had the phone call. And I kind of front loaded it. I said, I want to talk about us maybe dating seriously. And then we had the call. It was a Google Calendar invite, you know, everything.
You Google Calendar invited?
I put it as put my and her name 1-to-1, and like had like a what do you call it, like an agenda for the meeting. I was kind of lame, but yeah, it was very sweet.
Oh, and then so you asked her over Google Meet?
I asked her over Google Meet, yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out Google Meet, everybody.
Shout out Google Meet.
So I asked her over Google Meet. I was like, would you like to be my girlfriend? She goes, I have a couple questions first.
Well, yeah, there's some logistical stuff.
She had some questions. I had some questions prepared as well. And so then, yeah.
Wait, so how are you guys going to do the long distance?
Well, she wants to move here, and she's hoping to use her work to move here. She's pretty keen to do that.
Because she works here sometimes.
She works here sometimes. She works in the music industry. There's obviously a lot of music stuff here. And so, I mean, for right now, I'm flying out to Sweden at the end of the month. Yeah, for a few days. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
How long are you going to go for?
I'm going for 4 days there, and then I'm going to go see my mom afterwards who lives in Europe. And I told my mom about her. My mom was like, oh, I'd love to meet her. She should come. And so then she's joining for a few days to see my mom. And then we're both flying back to New York, so she'll be here for 2 weeks. So we're going to spend like 3 weeks together. So maybe we should do a second podcast after that to see if we're still together. Guys, it didn't work out. Let me tell you that much.
3 weeks together is a lot.
I know, I'm so excited.
It's going to be fun.
It's going to be very fun.
It's going to be cool. That's so fun, though, that you get to like jaunt around Europe together and then like see New York. Like, that's like awesome.
Yeah.
Because you grew up where again?
I grew up in Slovenia.
Slovenia.
Yeah, my mom's Slovenian American and my dad was Austrian. So I was born in Austria and then grew up in Slovenia.
Your people killed my people.
I know.
Anyway,
Sorry about that.
A Nazi and a Jew, sit down.
My bad on that one.
Me calling you a Nazi on the pod. My bad. No, it was just your grandparents. But
just the grandfather, actually.
Just the one grandfather.
Well, I don't know. He wasn't involved in the killing. He was just a soldier.
So don't worry about it.
I don't know. My mom said he met him, and she said she didn't get like big like Nazi vibes from him. My mom, I've never met my grandfather.
Yeah, he was a Nazi, but like it wasn't like Nazi.
Well, I think he was like conscribed to the army. He was either gonna be in the army or killed, right?
So I know, those were his options. that is true.
Literally,
and literally, he would have been killed.
First of all, my grandfather was a veteran, so let's calm it down a second.
My grandfather served. Okay,
I'm coming from a military family. Respect the troops.
That's so crazy. Did you have a big night? What the fuck?
No, I'm just I did jiu-jitsu yesterday and I didn't have any electrolytes afterwards.
Jiu-jitsu.
Mm-hmm.
Hilarious.
How are you?
So this is perfect because you're gonna go. So you're gonna meet her parents maybe when you're there.
No. I mean, not to give too much detail. I think her family is a bit odd, so I'm not gonna meet her parents. But she's gonna be my.
Feel that.
What?
I feel that. I have some of that.
Oh yeah. So
I get it.
I'm not. She said she's like it has to be like a slow introduction into that, which I
is
hope,
fine.
which I hope is the truth and not like a big red flag. You know, where people are like,
no.
But I just feel legit from her. Yeah, she's gonna meet my one parent, the one that I have remaining.
Good.
Because my dad's dead.
Right.
He killed himself after he found out his dad was a Nazi. No. He didn't do that.
No, he knew from the jump.
No. He waited to have 4 children and then and then
Did he
died.
come
No. He died of like a heart-related condition.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. The second I talk about my family, it gets really dark really quickly. My dad was like a pretty horrible person. An Austrian asshole. Could you believe it?
I can't believe
That
it. The son of a Nazi? I can't believe it.
Son of a Nazi? Son of a Nazi. I mean, if it weren't for the word Nazi meaning what it means, it's like has a good rhythm to it, you know?
Yeah.
Son of a Nazi.
Well, it sounds like son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
Sounds
Son
like
of
a country
Nazi.
song. I was a son of a Nazi and I didn't agree. Something like that. I don't know. God, you can't put microphones in front of straight men. It's not a good combination.
We got to Nazis so fast, but that was my fault.
Yeah, it was true for being Jewish.
Right. It's just so in the air.
No. I'm sorry about that again.
Thank you. Thank you for apologizing.
But yes, she is going to meet my mother, which will be fun.
So how do you feel about it?
I am very excited. Yeah.
Well, because you and your mom are buddies.
My mom and I get along well. Yeah. Now I think we had some patchy periods. Not nothing too bad, but yeah. So I'm pretty excited for that.
That's great.
Yeah. But I've thought it's interesting when you said the meet the parents thing, because should I fold my legs or keep them on? Now I'm getting
Honestly, like whatever feels comfy to you.
Well, I think about this sometimes. I don't know if I haven't shared this thought that much even with friends, but because I didn't like have a dad growing up, or my dad was a pretty like my dad was like an asshole. I think like a borderline psychopath basically.
Totally.
And so he left when I was 9, and then I didn't have any relationship with him, and then he died when I was 16. I sometimes get very worried about like meeting. Like if I were to obviously this, you know, if I meet her dad or if I meet dads in general, I get very weird about it. Because I kind of
weird about dads?
I get weird when I meet dads because I'm like, I don't even know what you are. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, what
I've
are
never
you?
seen one of these up close.
I know. Well, I'm like sort of explorer, you know. It's just I get very confused. I'm like, what do I say to you? Like, I don't understand this relationship at all.
That's so interesting.
It's interesting, but also sometimes when I think about it, it makes me really sad. I'm like, oh.
Well, yeah, that's obviously so sad. I don't really know what a dad is, so I guess that's weird.
I think the me and the parents thing is interesting because it's like, I mean, I know, like, I'm gonna have to tell this girl, like, oh, there's just certain things that my mom is cool with, certain things my mom is not cool with.
Right, like warning. You have to like warn them
like what
about
would be a
stuff.
good gesture? Like my mom, because I think a lot because my dad was never like my dad left, and my mom was pretty much always the breadwinner of our family. She sees herself very much as the matriarch and like the leader of the family, and so like I've had it before, like when my sisters brought boys home or whatever like that, they've offered to pay, and my mom was like no, and then they insist, and my mom's like insulted by it because she sees herself as like, this is my family, I take care of them,
like,
and
I'm
you're
the
a
parent.
guest. You are an extension of the family.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of stuff I have to tell her about. It's like that's how my mom views it, which I totally get, by the way.
Yeah,
makes sense. So
wait, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was with my boyfriend's family like this for like 6 days. It was
Yeah.
like a lot, but it was great. I mean, they're such amazing people. Like they're so nice. The last day, and they had that like traditional family dynamic, like, you know, like the parents like take care of the kids, like the parents pay, like even though we're all like adults and obviously make money and stuff. And so like the last night we like went out to dinner, and it gets to like time to pay the bill, and goes, so you're gonna get this one, right? And I was like, haha, whatever. And then because he was fucking with me. And then he turns to his parents and he goes, Yvette offered to pay. And I was like, are you kidding me? And they were like, no. Like they thought he was being serious, and he's crying, laughing. And I was like, why would you do that? Why would you do that to me?
That's so funny.
Because that's like such an awkward thing. I'm like, I don't know how to like navigate this. Because then it's like, no, he's joking. Well, fuck. Like, should I have offered? Like, shit.
And did they get it was a joke in the end?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
they knew it was a joke immediately. Well, first they went, no, of course not. And then I was like, and then I started like, I got so red. I was just like,
Oh yeah.
like I was in paralysis. I like didn't know what to do. And then he was like laughing, and I was like, and then they were
so
like,
funny.
it's not funny.
It's very funny doing tricks. I think what's fun is like, obviously, you know, what's fun about meeting parents, even with friends, or is this about friends in general, or just parents within relationships meeting?
I was thinking more parents and relationships, but if you have a friend take on it, that's also good.
I mean, it's just more like, it's funny when you hang around with like your parent and then like an external person, because you have like all the limits and lines with the parent, and like how you can throw the other person into the mix. It just makes it a very fun dynamic. So yeah, but I had no further points on that. That was pretty much a dead end. But yeah, I think with
And that's the conclusion of that. Anyway,
with my mother, I think with her, like a lot of things, like I know, like, so I'll be in Sweden for a few days, so I'll tell her like, oh, you should get her something like Swedish, like as a gift, like a physical gift. That means a lot more than if you offered to pay or something like that.
Oh.
So it's like how to, like I'm like saying, how do we win favor with my mother? It's like I feel like I'm in Game of Thrones or something like this.
Well,
Like,
that's the thing that actually like freaks me out so much is that like there are different customs, and like sometimes it's like you're the kid, like I don't want to receive anything from you, like you know what I mean? It's like, no, I take care of you, of course, just like being around you is enough, you know?
Yeah.
And then other people are like, well, you're staying with me, where's my gift?
Yeah.
You know, which like when I'm staying with like my friends and stuff, I always like get them something
Yes.
or like buy them a meal or whatever, because obviously that's the right thing to do. But like with parents, I'm just like short circuiting and overthinking it, and I'm like, I don't know, what am I like when I met. But I got really scared when I was like meeting my boyfriend's parents the first time, because they were like coming from Texas here and we were like getting dinner, and it was like, save this date, we're getting dinner. And it was like this whole big like lead up to this moment.
yeah.
And we'd been dating for like 5.5 months, like 6 months at that point.
Yeah.
And so I was like, we like have a lot of together at this point. Like our lives are pretty mushed. So like, there's kind of a lot riding on this.
Yes. I think what I think though the parents is like, I think we forget that parents are emotionally removed from the situation a little bit. I mean, like at the end of the day, like as long as the kid is obviously happy.
Right. That's what they care about the most.
And the kid is speaking positively, like even if you get a weird first encounter,
right.
it's like, it's fine. And also I think the parents are kind of awkward. I had, I had met one previous ex's mother.
Yeah.
I always seem to only be dating people where I can meet one of the parents, not both of them.
Okay.
That seems to be a through line throughout my dating career. Let's not dive into that.
I don't really want to.
But I met her, and it was very fun meeting because she like lived in this small town. She was French, my ex. I'm so tempted to do the classic
European.
joke. And she was French, and she still is. Do you know that joke where people do it? We'll be okay. So, but her mother didn't speak English very well. And so I tell this as a joke on stage, but also I started learning French so I could talk to her mother a little bit. And then it turned out her mother was like improving her English so she could talk to me. Oh, I know. And so then we met.
And then you guys broke up.
And then we broke up. Yeah. And, but so we like took this train to this like small little town on the outskirts of Paris and like walked like 20 minutes in the countryside to meet this woman in this small little house. And she had her cats and stuff, and it was like a very awkward thing, but it was actually a very sweet way because the mother liked me immediately because she saw like nice I was to her daughter,
right?
Because I'm just like such a great boyfriend, you know.
No, obviously,
and
so big and handsome,
and so big and handsome,
huge
and
hands.
such huge hands, and
well, she saw your hands and she was like, "We're good,
we're good."
Yeah, you know what's important to me?
What?
That my mom like a little bit thinks my boyfriend's hot.
Oh. I could totally see that.
I actually like really need my mom to like think that my boyfriend's hot. That's actually kind of like a really like that's like upfront.
You want your mom to be like, oh, I would have as well.
No, like totally. Yeah. Like I need her to be like, well, I mean, nice. Like
I get it.
I need a little.
Yeah, that's the one thing I regret about not having a dad is that I don't have someone to be like, good one.
Well, and how sad.
And sad.
And then that's sad again.
So yeah.
But your mom can do that.
Yeah, my mom thought she's like, oh, she's very cute.
Right.
But it's not the same.
It's not. Yeah, it's not the same.
It's
as
this weird thing where like you want your parent to want to fuck your partner.
No, exactly, and that's and well put. I didn't want to say it outright,
yeah.
but that is in fact what I'm saying it completely. Like
luckily, I will never have a dad to be like, I would. It's a shame.
Your dad's never gonna be like nice.
I wonder if he thought about that on his deathbed. You know, I'll never be able to meet my youngest son's
big titty girlfriend.
Big titty girlfriend. Yeah.
Half Chinese, half Swedish girlfriend.
But she's full Chinese.
She's full Chinese, but she's Swedish.
She's Swedish, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And thank God we clarified.
You need to know.
And I'm really sorry that I messed that up.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
God.
Well, just for factual accuracy.
No, I mean you're right. And I don't
but yeah. So, would you want the reverse though? Do you want your boyfriend to think your mom's hot?
A little
bit, right?
Well, yeah, because it's like that's who I'm gonna be.
Exactly.
So it's actually like really important. I was okay.
Are you scared to leave in a room together?
I'm like, there's way too much energy flying back and forth. My mom's like flirting with him. I'm like, what? Yeah. No, my mom is happily married to my father, so that's helpful. She's taken. Mm-hmm. If anything, I feel like my dad really likes my boyfriend in a way where I'm like, okay,
yeah.
Like, stop being lame. Like, he's like a 28-year-old
Well, I think because your dad knows that your boyfriend will have to be good company to your father no matter what. Right. So like
they have to hang out.
So your dad basically gets like a young person he gets to hang out with.
Right.
You know what I mean? And a lot of older men, like some younger guys don't want to hang out with older men because it's like, oh, being a bit of an unk vibe or whatever.
Right.
But like your boyfriend like has to be nice to your father.
Right.
And like has to keep him company. So it's your dad's kind of got this dream scenario where like I've met he's a very lovely boy, but I also can imagine like he's like a great guy for like older dads to hang out with.
Dude, he's so good with a parent.
Yeah.
Well, that was the other thing. Like when I met his family, I was like, I can't even touch what you're able to do. Like, cause he just has it down. Like he knows how to be, he's like Southern and charming and knows about like all the fucking, I mean, talk about like hospitality or whatever, like good manners. Like,
yeah. I know that like, so my girlfriend, she's like a classically trained pianist. And so I was.
She's a pianist?
She's a penis, yeah.
She's a penis?
She's a penis.
She's classically trained.
She's classically trained
She's
penis.
classically trained on the penis?
She's classically yeah.
Wow, good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
She's hitting those chords well.
Yeah, I bet. 2 hands?
Well, it's a minor chord, so. So it's just a few fingers.
She's playing with the pedals too.
She's playing with the pedals, you know what I'm saying? She's hitting the pedals. Hitting the crescendo. And so then but I know that kind of shit my mom like eats. My mom's like super into like opera, classical music and stuff like that.
Oh, so cool.
So like when I told that, my mom was like, oh, wow.
Right. Isn't that's so satisfying?
Yeah, well, I know exactly what to like. I knew when I told my mother she was gonna have the basic questions. Her question is always like, it was like, where's she from? Culturally, what does she do for work? Where does she go to school? What does she study? Those are always gonna be the questions that she asks.
Yeah.
And then it's like, how'd you meet her? Kind of what do you like about her? And then I knew what references to throw in, you know, like
right,
I knew
like,
to tell her, be like classically trained musician, in the music industry, very ambitious. She's like, oh, wow, nice. You know, obviously I didn't tell her about like some other quirky stuff that I like about her, but my mom will not care about.
Right.
You know,
right.
It sounds like I'm referring to the penis classically trained thing.
Right.
But
right.
no, I'm like saying like she has tattoos and stuff like that, which like my mom won't like. My mom's like not that into that. So
one time I had a boyfriend who had tattoos, and my mom was like, I was like, why doesn't he come up and swim? Because my parents have like a pool. And I was like, well, he has a lot of tattoos. And she goes, okay, well, we just won't look at them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, okay, I mean, awesome. To be fair, I sent my mother a photo of her, and she has like, there's like tattoo very visible there.
Yeah.
But stuff like that. That stuff like that's not to be mentioned.
Right.
For the first
she'll find out.
Because then my mom's gonna hang out with her and like get to know her and probably like her a lot, and then that stuff goes out the window.
It's like that's like a thing that like that generation like they have in their brains as like meaning something that it no longer means.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
and so they're
cares.
like they're associating with like, well, she's like homeless and degenerate.
Well, actually, it's interesting that my mother's reason for it not liking tattoos. I mean, I sort of say this jokingly, but it links actually to your little Nazi joke earlier. Because my mother said the first tattoo she ever saw was she grew up in New York. She was on the train station or sitting on the train, and a guy like reached for the pole, and he had the numbers on his wrist. And so she said that's the first tattoo I ever saw. And she said she's like, I don't ever want to see. I would never get tattoos myself. So you know, that's her like historical reason for being against it. Okay. I'm sure she also like culturally was like, it's like the thug thing or whatever like that. So I think I'm trying to tell my mother that this girl's tattoos are not because
she's in
she was a victim of the Nazis. I don't know why I keep bringing that up, but
it feels like it's really just top of mind today.
Top of the mind today.
And we don't have to think about why. But is there anything that I don't know, I guess is a deal breaker for your mom that's like not for you or like you?
That's a great question. What's a deal breaker for my mom?
Like, yeah.
I don't know. I can't think of anything that my mom would be so. Like, my mom would never like intervene and like say you have to break up with this person. My mom probably like subtly suggests like this maybe isn't the right person for you, or she's like, I don't like this kind of stuff. Yeah, I can't think of anything that my mother would take issue with that I wouldn't as well.
Yeah.
I think there's some. Yeah, I think I'm quite lucky that my mom is generally quite a liberal, progressive person. I mean, she's made some comments in the past from like, all right, I wouldn't phrase it that way if I were you.
That's just like boomer though.
Yeah, it's just boomer vibe. It's also her fault for just reading the news and not always making a critical opinion of her own.
Well, that's also boomer.
That's also
because they don't
boomer.
have the same awareness of like how to critically engage with news media, because when they grew up it was just reliable.
Yeah.
And now it's entertainment. Yeah. And so I think there's this disconnect in their brains where they're like, wait, but they said this, so it's true. Like my dad will say things to me all the time where he's like, well, be careful because New York is a lawless wasteland.
Yep.
And I'm like, first of all, you live 40 minutes from here. Second of all, what are you talking about? Like, you know that's not true. Like you come to see me here all the time. Like,
I know. It's silly. But yeah, I can't think of anything. What about you? Do you think there's stuff that your parents would take issue with that wouldn't be an issue for you?
I think same, like they would never vocalize it.
Yeah.
Because they're so, I think it's like they care about their relationship with me more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
So like they're not gonna like put a wedge in it. I'm sure if I were like in a situation that was like really toxic or bad and I was like telling them about it and then they were like, and I was like gonna marry the guy and it was like clearly bad, I'm sure they'd be like, Yvette, are you sure you wanna do this?
Yeah.
But I think at the end of the day, they're like, their stance, it's like, if you're happy, I'm happy.
Yeah, I always find that so interesting. It's funny how, I mean, there's a comedian I saw had a bit about it. I can't remember who it was, but they said about how like, you know, when you break up with somebody and people are like, oh, you're lucky you really dodged a bullet there, right? And he goes like, so for 2 years, you just saw me walk towards a bullet and didn't say anything. I think with this lot, like sometimes I've had people or friends date or even siblings date people where I'm like, you shouldn't be dating. Like everyone in the group is like, these people should not date, and yet no one says anything.
That's
because
actually
the problem is when you say something, it drives them closer together.
Exactly, and further from you.
Yes.
My biggest fear at all times is that people secretly hate my partner, and I'm always kind of like bringing him around and being like, and like watching my friends interact with him. But they're always, my friends, I feel good about it because my friends are always like, oh my God, yeah, bring him. And they seem like genuinely they want him there. Yeah. So I'm like, really?
That's not what they tell me, but yeah.
So they hate him?
No, but I do get that fear. There's also a feeling of like, you know, when you bring, I mean, this is sort of links, but you know, you're talking about like you want your mother to think your boyfriend's hot. It's also like you kind of want your friends to think your partner's hot, but not too hot that they would actually go for stuff like that. Like that's also you want everyone to think that they're like hot, amazing, funny, interesting. You basically want your friends to be in love with them as well, but they wouldn't
not
date
sexually,
not date them. Yeah, it's very bizarre.
I want my friends to be like his friend.
Yeah,
like I want them to feel like they can be good friends with him, which I think they can. Like I
think if you have somebody, I find that a lot of my really best friends, they all seem to get along with each other as well. A decent amount. Because that
same thing. It's like we want them to be like in the mix. Mm-hmm. Have you had it where like one of your friends was dating someone and you were like, fucking shit?
I'm trying to think.
And they were like bringing them around.
I can't remember of an example, but I've had like friends date people where I'm like.
Yeah. I feel like now more I think we're old enough that like people know what to keep to themselves a little bit more. Like when you're younger, you're just like telling everybody everything and you're just like, or maybe that's just me, I don't know. I mean, I still do that by the way, but like now I think like my friend just went through a breakup and like she was like alluding at certain things like throughout the relationship that I was like, huh, that's like an eyebrow, but I wasn't like, that's a crazy. And then like when she broke up with him, we like got drinks and she just was like, and this thing and this thing and this thing. I was like, oh my God. Yeah. Like it was so crazy. It was so crazy that I literally went to the bathroom, texted my boyfriend and said, I'm really grateful for you.
Yeah, that's so funny. I had a girl who I dated once. I met her while I was still seeing someone, and she was seeing someone else as well. But nothing happened like while we were both seeing our respective partners at the time. But then I broke up with my partner, and then she broke up with her partner, and we were like friends for a while, and then we like started dating. And she told me about the guy that she was,
which is your ex's nightmare, by the way.
Which.
Like you dating your friend.
Oh yeah. But
like that is like so classic and such a nightmare scenario. Like for like it's like we broke up and then he dated his girl best friend. Like fuck my life.
No, so we actually became best friends or very close after the breakup.
Oh okay.
So I feel like there was no like overlap really. Like we sort of knew each other and then like. It just randomly our schedules open up so we could hang out more together. And but she was telling me about this ex-boyfriend that she had, that the guy she was dating, she dated for 8 years. And she said she dated him for 8 years and he never went down on her once.
Okay, so like.
And she was like.
That's a gay guy, first of all. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. Who's doing that? Like physically, how? Also, she never asked?
Well, so she was saying that she was telling her best friend while she was contemplating the breakup this fact, right? She was like, I don't know whether to do it or not. And then she mentioned this fact, and her best friend just went, "You have to break up with this man."
Yeah.
Yes.
That guy at the very minimum hates you. Like,
Or just yeah, and they were like weren't very sexually active, stuff like this. So it's just like you hear details like that about friends, or you hear like what like friends aren't doing. I think it's more like what people aren't doing in relationships that you're like, wow, I would hate to be part of this.
yeah, it's like you really learn. God,
8 years.
That's so fucking crazy.
Not even at the start, you know what I mean?
I mean, at the start, give her a little something.
Give her a little something. It's all exciting.
But I could almost see it like at the start, you're like maybe eventually we'll get there. I could see doing that, but like I don't even.
That's
I mean,
wild, huh?
I don't. Okay, peek behind the curtain for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even offer to. I will not go down on a guy unless he's gone down on me. Like it's just not even.
Yeah,
on
I think
the
that
table.
tracks.
I think that's fine.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Wait, does that mean that she was going down on him,
I think so. Yeah.
bro?
I think I would also, if I were dating somebody and I went down on them and they never went down on me, I'd also be a little bit annoyed about that.
Well, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Thanks.
If that's your thing.
What, having someone go down on me?
If you
I'm kind of a wacky guy. I'm kind of into blowjobs.
It's crazy. I like head. I don't know.
I don't know. It's just me.
I'm not like other guys. I
Hey,
like.
two truths and a lie.
I kind of like head.
But yeah, so I've only ever like dated people where the parents' relationships are a bit odd. So I know that like I will eventually meet her parents, or I mean, like, obviously if we keep dating and it goes well, which I hope it does. I'm curious about meeting these people. I don't know if they speak English great, so
Right. So you'll have a couple more languages to
I'll have
learn.
a couple more languages,
Which
to
you
learn,
love to do.
which I love to do.
Which famously you stopped. What didn't you like finish to having sex or something and then like go on Duolingo?
Oh, you
Didn't you
were
tell me
supposed to
that?
share this story.
Why?
No, I was in the middle of having sex.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
And we had a pause. We had a break.
You had a break
we had
in
a
the
hydration
sex.
break, like in the World Cup.
Yeah, every once in a while you got to rehydrate. I get
The
it.
ref blew the whistle, hydration break,
Right.
25 minutes in, and so we were chilling, and it was the type of break that we were fading a little bit further out from the sex than a normal break would. You know, like sometimes you could break, you get a little water.
Sometimes it's like
chug
sometimes it's
water.
like take a break, chug a water in the way that like a kid chugs
Yeah,
water.
before
like
we went
between-
back on the field.
Yeah, I was like, just like get back out there.
Right? So there was a bit of a pause, and I was like, it was like 5 minutes to midnight, and I was like, my Duolingo's gonna go. And I said to her, like, oh, do you mind if I do my Duolingo? She said, yeah, sure. So then we did it together.
What language was it?
It's Arabic.
Dude.
And I have to say the whole experience was جيد. جيد جدا. Very good.
That's so good. That's awesome.
She was.
Wait, you know what else I noticed about meeting the parents? Okay, so like this is also more intense because you might feel this way when you're with your girlfriend and like in your mom's house. But so we're like staying at his parents' house, like their like beach house. And first of all, we were sleeping in twin beds because like he's the youngest. So we were like in the kid room. And so we're like sleeping in twin beds. And I was just like, this is so funny.
Yeah.
But also, just like the dynamic, I was like, are we siblings? I'm like, we're walking around. I'm like, hi, mom, hi, dad. Like, I'm like, that's my brother. Like, it's just like so. It was so weird.
I think it's also weird. I mean, it must be weird if he ever stays over at your parents' place because, like, when you're around your family, you tend to revert back into being a kid.
Well, right.
So they just see it such a. That's what I'm also curious. I mean, like, I've known this girl for like 3 months, but we've only been dating officially for like, well, it'll be 2 weeks by the time this comes out. And so it'll be
Perfect
weird.
amount of time to date.
Perfect amount of time to date and start mentioning on podcasts and treating like it's a reality.
It's okay.
No, I feel
whatever
really
updates there are, you'll just come back on and give us
exactly.
more.
Also,
It's
like
fine.
I told her as well. She's like, "Oh, what if it doesn't work?" I'm like, "Yeah, that happens sometimes. It doesn't work out. Like it's just
That's always like a risky run in literally any scenario. Like you can get married and it still doesn't work. Like
I know.
that's just life.
So, but like it'll be curious to see. I think what'll be nice is I think will be nice is that like because I have her there. Like my personality is a little bit different than the one I actually showed to my family because I know there's certain jokes they just won't find funny or certain like.
So you're like more reserved.
a bit more reserved, yeah. Whereas with her,
Wait, then where did you get your sense of humor?
Trauma? Trauma maybe, but I think it was always like navigating the limits that I had with my family. You know, like it's
Right.
like being silly, but like also I was a bit of like my mom was during my parents' divorce, which was like 5 years long, and my dad was pretty horrific through the whole of it. I kind of was just like, and my siblings were all like, my sister and my brother were pretty hormonal when they were teenagers, but I was 3 to 5 years behind them, so I wasn't really dealing with the hormones. So I was just kind of like keeping it light, you know? Like they'd be shouting at each other, and I'd be like, hey, yo, what's going on, guys? Hey, oh, what's my family like, huh? You know? So I think that's kind of where I was. But I know that like the benefit, I had this happen the last time I had a girlfriend visit my family, is that I was able to get away with a bit more jokes because, first of all, there was at least one person in the room who's going to laugh, right? And so when one person laughs, the other people kind of will give a bit more leeway. And then my mom also can't get mad at me because there's like, as much as like, my mom's thing is like, guests are like it's very traditional. It's like you have guests here, you don't put up a fuss in front of guests, you make the best appearances. So it's like I can get away with some stuff, you know? So like that'll be a fun dynamic where I'll be able to have a couple more extra jokes that are in there. Like the last time, it was like summertime, and my mom had bought this like straw hat for her to wear to like, you know, protect against the sun. It was very like Downton Abbey. And I kept just stealing her hat and putting it on my head. And it was such a minor thing that just frustrated my mother so much. And I know that if my ex-girlfriend weren't there at the time, she would have like screamed at me. But instead it was like, I got to be like, hee, you know? So that's what I'm looking forward to with my mother, is like, I'll have a couple more joke leeways to.
And she just has to deal with it.
She just has to deal with it.
That's so
and then maybe
funny.
sends me a voice note later. Philip, that was not funny. So
that's so good. Me and my brother, we would make my mom laugh growing up to like get out of trouble.
Yeah.
Because she was like, she didn't want to be mad. And then like when she'd be like, guys, seriously. And then we would just like kind of like, guys, seriously. And she'd be like, stop.
There's nothing, anger is so hard to maintain. So, and it's when you get, there's nothing more funny than somebody who's annoyed when you get them to laugh. Yeah. And then they break their annoyance, and then they try to like get back in the anger, but it's like, no, but no one believes you anymore.
Yeah. And we're like, we know you're not that angry.
Yeah,
like,
we know you're not that angry.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I can't wait for you guys to be siblings together in your mom's house.
I'm looking forward to it.
That's going to be electric.
Yeah. That's also a thing, is like, you have to, I also have to be on my like better behavior as well. So it's like a weird.
Because you have to impress her in front of your parents. Yeah, because you parent.
Thanks, Yvette.
Sorry to rub it in.
Wow.
Your son of a Nazi.
My son of a Nazi.
But yeah, you have to, because you also want her to be like, wow, he's so nice to his mom.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, that's such an important thing for a man to be.
It's
like
also
nice.
funny that it's just like, it's funny that it's like me in this house with like two women.
Yeah.
One of them I'm related to, one of them I'm dating.
Or your sisters aren't going to be there?
So no, my sister won't be there. That would be an even more fun dynamic.
Yeah, then it's like a million women.
It's 3
and
women.
You're like, hey,
it's
ladies.
Me. Yes.
I feel like you would kill that interaction.
I would
you
love
in like
it.
a room full of like women.
Oh, dude.
Have you ever been able to do that? Like you would kill it like with an all-female audience.
I've done that.
I love having you like open for me because I'm like, I know you're just gonna like charm the pants off of everybody. Like
yeah. I've had a few times where it's like, I used to be a lifeguard, and there would sometimes be like the water aerobics class. And it's just a bunch of old ladies, and I'd be lifeguard and be like, I would just be like, morning,
you're
ladies.
Just putting on a clinic.
What'd you say?
Putting on a clinic, like in
yeah.
a funny
Oh,
way.
I see. Yeah, I had it happen once where it was like the student radio awards when I was a student in the university in the UK, and the tables were randomized, and so it was just me, my producer of the radio show that I did, and our station manager. Was the same person, and it was the rest of the table was just all full of women, and I was just like throwing out bits and just doing like whatever, and they were all like giggling, and the manager was just gonna be like, oh my god, she was just like, this is so stupid, and I was smiling like, look what I'm doing with these ladies. So it was a fun time.
You know what you can do. You know what you got.
That would be such a fun dynamic. My sister, my mother, my girlfriend, and me.
Bro.
Oh, the cock in the hen house.
God. Good.
I'm annoyed that my sister's not going to be there because that would be so much more fun.
Do you want your brothers to think that your girlfriend's hot?
Great question. I don't know why I said that so quickly.
Great question.
Yeah.
No, I think that's important.
Would I want my brothers, would I care, like if my dad were like alive and a good person and still married to my mother, a lot of what ifs.
A lot of ifs.
A
lot of caveats.
Would
in
I
that.
prefer that he thinks she's hot or they think she's hot?
I feel like probably him. You want your dad because it's like an approval thing.
I think maybe my brothers more because they're closer to age.
Yeah, maybe.
You know
like
what I
they
mean?
get it, they're more with it.
Yeah, it'd be weird if like my dad is like creeping on this like 27-year-old. That's
Well, it's not like a creep thing. It's like a more like good job, like
Nice.
through you, like you're the vessel.
I think my eldest brother would think she's hot. My other brother, he's very weird, so I don't think he would even mention it.
Oh,
But I think my older brother will think she's attractive.
that's really
I haven't
good.
told him yet.
That's important.
Yeah.
Well, it's only been 2 weeks, so you really can't.
Yeah, exactly.
You haven't even had
I
time.
think she's hot though, so that's what's important.
That's the most important thing, of course. Of course. You know, back to your earlier point about friends too. It's so funny because like I'm so happy for my friends that are in like these wonderful relationships and like they think their partner is so great and whatever, and they're so happy together. I am not interested in any of my I'm like even in the event that they were single and interested in me, I'm like yeah, but I would never do that. I'm like so happy for you guys, but like, and then but that's the funny thing about dating somebody is like you look at that person, you're like they're the hottest person in the world.
Yeah, they're magical.
This is all incredible and electric, and then everyone's like, yeah, so that's a guy.
Yeah,
that's totally a guy, great guy. Yeah. That's simply a dude though.
Yeah, I think about that as well. Well, no, I've had my best friend Peter. He dated a girl who I thought was attractive, and I was like impressed when they were dating. I was like, good for you, dude. Good for nice. You. But then
like boys maybe can do it differently. I don't know.
Perhaps, but I also have friends who have. This is gonna sound so mean. Well, I won't mention them by name, but I have friends of mine who have partners where I'm like, all right, yeah. And I'm sitting there like I feel a bit like I think you could do better. I know it sounds like mean, but it's like I want my boys to eat. I
want my boys to eat. I want my boys to eat.
Everyone wants boys eating.
Everyone wants your boys eating. Like I think that's really important.
When boys are eating, they're not hurting people. What I will say is what I find very interesting about is when you have friends who are dating. I mean, I don't know. I think you have a decent amount of male friends, but I have some male friends, especially comedy friends, who are dating these women, and I'm like, these people are fucking idiots. Like, I don't know the women that they're.
The women are. Oh, well, that's like the classic stand-up guy thing.
Yeah.
Is to date like a fan or whatever.
But they're like, I'm this. They're
not
nice
that that's sorry to clarify. Not that that's inherently a bad thing, but like they want some. There's a certain type of male comedian that wants someone who is just a fan of them, and is deliberately. Not necessarily like that's sort of like worshiping them a little bit. Yeah. And that's a dynamic they play into.
It is all when you meet friends, partners sometimes, because sometimes you meet them and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like you just don't understand this dynamic at all. But then at the end of the day, it's their relationship,
Right. And everyone has to make their own choices.
It is, yeah. I think it is interesting seeing how like the people you choose as a friend versus the people you choose as a partner. I think are kind of there's different like qualities about that kind of stuff.
A partner is such a more intense, close, intimate.
I weirdly have like more like the girl I'm seeing now, and I hope to be seeing for a while.
Yes,
the girl I'm seeing now. It's so funny. I met somebody who said my current girlfriend, and I was like, that's a horrible way to phrase that.
So horrible.
Is like there are certain things about her where like. There's certain aspects of like humorous stuff that like she doesn't necessarily like fuck with as much where like I have it like it's a big thing in my other friendships, but then I'm like, oh, but that doesn't really matter. Like it doesn't have to be like perfect in every aspect.
Well, I think that's like the thing that is sort of a contemporary idea that I think is actually like super destructive, that like your partner has to be everything. Yeah. Because it's like you don't really want a life that's so small that you turn to one person for everything either. And it doesn't make sense, but like your partner should be your partner and then your friends are your friends and they all provide different things to you. Okay. I think we did great on that.
Thanks.
I think I got a good grasp of your perspective on it.
Meeting the parents, yeah. I do think I'm trying to like think more about this whole like this fear of meeting dads thing. I don't know how to.
For you?
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to be an interesting thing for you to unpack, maybe in therapy.
Yeah, but I think now, if this is the girl I end up with forever, and her relationship with her dad is a bit unconventional. I shouldn't use that word. It sounds like they're having sex with each other. Non-traditional. Yeah, she
sort of has an unconventional relationship.
Yeah, non-traditional. Then that's fine. But yeah, I think it's like a fear thing. It's like oh, I don't have this. I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
Unknown territory.
Yeah, I have a weird sibling thing, and
Do you?
and I felt that actually with my boyfriend's older brother because we're both like the younger sibling, and I was like and I had a little bit of a guard up with the older brother because I was like, and then he was just like a totally nice person, and I was like, oh, I think it's just like you don't have to worry about it. Like once you're in it, I think it's just like you're a charming, like charismatic person. Like, I mean, it's so interesting because like. When you're dating someone, it brings up so much of your family. Like it's like all of your trauma, all of your
That's a great point.
exes, everything. It's like every feeling all just like wrapped up, and then you're just like looking at a person and you're like, and I love you. Like it's just so intense, or it can be.
Yeah, it's that's a good point that I would think a lot about. Is like, so I mean, she doesn't have any siblings. She's an only child. And so that's also like an interesting dynamic. I'm curious when she gets to meet my siblings, like what that'll look like. And I mean, she'll probably feel a bit weird about those dynamics as well.
Or it'll just be like new to her, maybe.
I mean, yeah, we were playing Overcooked the other day on the Switch. Do you know this game?
No.
Do you know this game? Overcooked? Basically, it's a game where you play as like 2 to 4 players, and you have little animal chefs, and you run a kitchen together, basically. And so one of you has to like grab the ingredients, the other one chops it, the other one cooks it, and then you like plate it together, and then you send it out. And you have to do it at a certain speed because you have like 3 minutes for the level, and you want to get a certain number of orders out, so you get tips and stuff like that.
This is great.
It's so much fun, right?
Okay.
But it's very hectic. It's very intense, right?
Yeah.
And it was very clear we were playing the game that like she didn't have siblings and I did, and I came like my siblings were pretty hyper competitive, and so we were like playing this game, and I was like screaming at her in a playful way, but I was like, can I get the onions, tomatoes now? You need to be chopping that. Why is that cooking? That isn't going this
She's
way.
like, what the
We're
fuck?
running out of orders. Oh my god, you didn't send me the right thing. And I'm like screaming at her across this, right? And she's playing the game well, but she's much more relaxed. She's like, hey Philip, the soup is ready whenever you are. Just make sure to grab it. And I was like, okay, let's go. And I run over, grab it, and like I hand it out. And then each level you do, you get stars. You can get out at 3 stars. It means you completed the level the best. And so one level finishes, and so obviously she always played as a kid by herself. And so if she didn't get all the stars, whatever she did in the level, she would just move on. So we finish this level, and no one's screaming at her. And so finish this level, and there's 2 stars, and she goes, all right, let's do the next one. I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, what? I'm like, no, we are beating this. And so I made her like replay these levels 3 or 4 times. And it was like, I realized that she was treating this like, I was treating it like The Bear, and she was like Martha Stewart, just trying to like make a fun recipe.
She's like, I'm just having fun, and you're like, this isn't fun.
This
What
is
about this isn't fun?
This is a serious one.
Oh wait, this also brings me to a point I don't want to forget to bring up. Okay, so I'm in like a serious relationship.
Yeah.
Do you think you're serious?
Yes.
I don't think you would enter into a relationship.
No.
without
I
being
told her
serious.
that we're exclusive, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, which
Very
like,
serious.
yeah.
And I see her as somebody, if like there's no negative thing that happens, or what if we don't fall out of love, I would think I could see myself dating this person.
Right.
forever.
I mean, that's like why like that's kind of how I approach relationships too. I'm like, I'm not gonna date someone unless it's like,
yeah, I find it weird when people are like, oh, I can see myself being with this person for now. It's like,
you're like, wait, what? Like for now?
I always think about stuff like that. Like that's what I always found very hard about like just the dating phase or situationships, is that you often build like a history with this person, and then it feels like it's kind of pointless because it'll just disappear.
Right. And then you like can't maintain that relationship after
Yeah.
it's over either. So it just feels like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But anyway, I feel like it's so funny that we call that genre of relationship a serious relationship, because I'm like, sorry. And the other version of this is just having fun. Like, what do you mean? What's fun about that?
Oh, I agree.
What's fun about like not knowing where you stand with someone and like getting chlamydia? Like, what's fun about that? Sorry, what's fun about that? I'm having a lot of fun on the inside of a safe, stable relationship.
Yeah, it's so much more
where I
fun.
can totally be myself, and we're like building towards something. I'm like, that's really fun to me. And then we look at each other, we're like, we're in a serious relationship. It's like, you got to be serious about it. I'm like, what happened?
I think it's so much better, because I think it's nice is that like every fact I tell her or everything I share with her, like I know isn't just disappearing in one day.
Right. Like you
like-
want to, you want to invest in somebody in like a good way. Like that's such a beautiful thing to have time.
But I think about that with friendships as well. I've had friends where like the friendship ends for whatever reason, and it's just like, it's a shame because we had like a lot of memories together. But then that's the nice thing about having friends that you know won't go.
Yeah.
Is that like every time I tell them something, it sticks, or like they have just that information about
And
you.
it's so nice. Like the older that we get, I think the most special thing that we have is so
Oh my God, it's gonna be so
fucking
gay, isn't it?
So
Yeah, I knew you were
gay.
gonna say gay.
just like having friendships that last like a lifetime. And like the better you know people, and like the more history you have, and then you just like you just have like a shorthand with them. Like you can say something. Like I called my friend from high school yesterday, and we caught up because she's in California, and she's
Have you decided what side you want your hair on?
no, it's itchy. Can I tell you something? That's why I keep touching it. It's itching my shoulders.
Okay.
The ends of my hair tickling my.
You've put it from the front of your shoulders to your back of
Because
your shoulder?
I like the way it looks when it's sitting right here.
Yeah.
But it's itchy, so I'm going like this.
Yeah.
God.
Do one and one. One and one. That's good.
Okay. You like
That's
it? Anyway, the point is, it's
You're
just
calling
so,
your friend, yes, sorry.
yeah, and it's so beautiful to just be like, to just tell her something and know that she knows me as well as I could know myself, like if not better.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's so special.
That's nice. Yeah. One of the things that was really nice. I mean, I talk about this relationship like it's been on for 3 years. Last week.
You might as well. But like, honestly, when you're with someone that you feel is right, like it can feel like that. Like it can feel like, oh wow, we connect, we really know each other because you have like an understanding. So I get what you're saying.
It happened last week that I was like having just a bad day. I was really spiraling. And obviously, like I'm still learning about her in every scenario.
Yeah.
And so I hadn't had a day yet where I was feeling like shit. And so I texted her that I was feeling really bad. And she's like, look, if you want to tell me, you can just send me a voice note, but no pressure. And so I sent her like this 8-minute voice note, just like rambling, spiraling. Perfect. And she sends me back like 3 sentences. And in the 3 sentences, she completely encapsulated like what I was feeling, why I was feeling it, why it was kind of okay to feel that way, and like what I can do to kind of feel better. And it was just like, it was like a 3 or 4 sentences, and I read it and I just double teared, started crying instantly because I just felt so seen in that moment. And that's like, it's just like stuff for that. Like I've always felt pretty confident that this is from the beginning, that this was a person for me. And then there's like there's always just green flags more and more each day.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
I'm
fully fallen.
Dude.
I know.
This is electric.
I wrote her a poem, dude.
You wrote her a poem?
I know.
Dude, I write poems.
Oh my God.
I write poems for my boyfriend all the time, and it's the weirdest thing about me. Sorry, I almost switched. Okay, we're switching. Yeah. That's so cute. Yeah. Did you read it to her? I took a screenshot of it, and then I sent it as like a view once on WhatsApp as like kind of a fun way to like have access to it, but like not be able to see it all the time. Right.
And so she said she read it a few times and like left and then came back and read it again. So it was like the first time she was reading it.
Did she like it?
She said, oh, that was so beautiful.
I mean, that's such a special thing to do for somebody.
Yeah. I just had a moment of inspiration.
Yeah.
It took me like 10 minutes.
But also, yeah, I mean, that's just like, it's just a way to capture how you're feeling and try and explain to somebody. That's so nice.
Yeah, it's cute. Huh?
Anyway, do you want to play a quick game?
I'd love to.
Okay. Take out your phone. This is called Notes App Roulette.
Okay.
Do you write your ideas in Notes App?
I do, yes.
Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to say scroll until I say, and you have to scroll until I say stop, and you have to read whatever is on there.
Oh, this could be really bad.
You can, if it's bad or like personally, you can summarize. Like you can just tell us like what the nature of it is.
Yeah. This is a very funny game though, especially to do with people who make a lot of notes.
Yeah. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Scroll, stop.
Okay. Oh man, this is really bad, this first one.
Okay.
Because it links to something we were talking about today.
Really?
Oh, I'll say it, but you might cut it.
Okay.
I'll do this one and then I'll do another one.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the first note I had. I wrote this on the 9th of February, 2026.
Okay.
Which is, so you know Auschwitz, right?
I was like, what part of what we're talking about? That part. Okay, got it.
Auschwitz, it's on Google Maps, right?
Okay.
So there must be, when you look at it and you look at its opening hours, right? There must be a part where it says, usually as busy as it gets. I told you it was bad.
That's like really funny though, actually.
It's kind of funny.
Do you do that on stage ever? Have you tried it?
I've never tried this bit on stage.
I can see why you would be scared to try it, but that's like pretty funny.
Well, it's just more it's like Louis had a bit about how like he went to Auschwitz and you pay to go in, and he's like, could you imagine if you told the people there like, oh, people are gonna pay to go in here one day? Yeah. Right. It's this idea. For me, it's funny because it's just like how far removed it actually is from the historical context of what happened there.
Yeah.
The fact that it's on Google.
That's really funny.
But I'll do the second one.
Okay.
So this is my second one. It just says losers are good in bed. That was the notes.
Well, you have to be.
Well, they have to be, yeah.
Yeah, that's all they
have.
It
was because I was working on a bit about how a lot of women date losers, and you try to figure out why, and you're like, oh, it must be the sex, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's got to be. That's the only thing. You got to think that's the only reason keeping it together.
Yeah. Well, that's, I think, the crux of a lot of relationships. Mm-hmm. Which is a beautiful thing.
Yeah. All right. Tell me yours.
Okay. This is an idea that I've already. It's got a check mark next to it. My boyfriend doesn't want me to talk about his butthole on the internet, and it's like, why? Your butthole is perfect to me. Like I'm
Why does he
saying.
not want to talk? What do you talk about it?
Well, he got upset because I was talking about his butthole on stage a lot, and I shared sort of a story that actually happened. And he was like, and I was like, yeah, but it's a joke. And he goes, yeah, but I did say that. And I was like, right. and then we were joking about it, and he was like, okay, I'm just like getting used to like the fact that like everything's on the table. And I was like, totally. And I hear you, and I see you, and I understand where you're coming from. And then I cried a lot, and then. But then we settled on, but he was like, but if you want to make a joke about this, you can. And I was like, okay, where is your line though, actually? Like, cause I can't really understand
What was the thing that he said was okay?
to make a joke about how he doesn't want me talking about his butthole.
That's I think you could play with that.
Yeah.
But
I'm like, I'm saying I like your butthole.
You don't want to talk about his butthole, and then by not talking about his butthole, you're very just getting away with talking about his butthole.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I won't talk about it.
But
like,
if I had to talk about it.
But if I had to say anything, I would say it was awesome.
And then you say everything and you just go allegedly. You know, like when people are not trying to get like, what do you call it? Sued.
Yeah.
All right, we're doing another round?
Yeah, let's do one more round.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
Scroll, stop.
Okay, I have to go to the next.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next possible one. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of which one of these. I just had one which is like, I don't think I would be friends with my family members if I weren't related to them.
Totally.
It's just because like we're different people, you know.
Relatable. Well, because yeah, it's like, what do we have in common?
My mom is 36 years older than me. Do you know what I mean?
It's like, how would we even meet? Like, I don't know.
We would not. It'd be a very bizarar friendship.
Super
we also
unlikely.
have history. I've sucked on her titties. You know what I mean?
Ew.
I just say that's what I did. Well, I haven't done it since. You know.
That's really funny.
I've tried.
She won't let me.
She won't let me, that woman. But yeah, but that was actually something that was big for me. Is like that was a very moving realization that I don't think I would be friends with my family if I weren't related to them.
Like, is that a good?
It's a good thing because it's like, okay, that's just a different relationship. It's just a
familial is different.
It's
some people have like a friendship too.
But like also the things like they wouldn't be friends with me. Like if I'm my mom's friend, I'm her worst possible friend because I show up twice a year, steal all of her food, and then sometimes ask for money at the end of it. Do you know what I mean? What a shitty friend that is. Oh, here's my friend. He's 36 years younger than me. He sometimes forgets to call me.
I have to beg him to stay in contact.
Stay in contact, yeah.
That's so funny. And I'm always buying him dinner.
She always buying me dinner. I took care of him for 18 years, and sometimes he forgets about me.
Yeah.
Do you think you'd be friends with your family if you weren't related to them?
I mean, I guess not from the standpoint of like the age difference and stuff. But I will say like I feel like I do have a genuine like friendship with my parents in the context of like, obviously they're my parents.
Within the context of being friends. Yeah, I'd say my mother and I, we have things we bond over.
Yeah. Like I really enjoy talking to them.
And my
Like,
sister,
we
my
have,
brothers,
like, yeah. And it's nice, like, again, like as you get older, you have such a rapport with them and you see the world the same way. So it is just like a fun thing.
Yeah, that's the getting older and seeing their worldview is an interesting one. I mean, how old are you, 29?
Yeah.
I'm 28, so a little younger, you know, a little tighter butthole I have, and
which is good. That's a nice thing to have.
But yeah, I do start to. I also think about the fact that my mother had her first kid when she was like 4 years younger than me, and I think a lot of like the boomers had kids very young, and you just think like you weren't even a person when you had these kids,
Right.
So then no wonder you treated them like that.
Right. They were like really doing their best.
Yes.
Like genuinely so.
Yeah. And also the conditions that they like my mother, like obviously my dad was a pretty horrible person. She had her first kid with a different father, but you just think like, yeah, I would have been. I don't know what I would have done in that scenario.
Right.
Without like the ability of mental health, language, and people supporting you, and also my mother, like, you know, she was divorced in a society that wasn't really like accepting of it, or like her friendship group was like a bit like about it. So you just think like, man, it would so there's a lot of times where like you can get mad at your parents, but then you just try to, in the context, you know, Kamala Harris when she says, you know, what do you think just fell out of a coconut tree? You exist within the context of what you were born.
Of all that came before you. Dude, she was
like,
high like every second of every day. No, I think she was drunk. It came out that she drank a lot.
Did she really?
So people were saying that she drinks a lot.
I just know they posted this video after the election where she did like her breakdown of it, and she was like,
I mean, she seems like she's barred out. Like that's what her vibe is, just like on Xanax. Anyway.
What's your note of it?
Mine is, it's crazy because when I think of the best time of my life, It was before I did anything, but I was going through the worst breakup of my life, and I was so manic I couldn't hear anything or see anything or eat anything, but I was crazy productive.
Was that one of the poems you wrote for your boyfriend?
That's I don't know what that is.
Well, let's talk about this. So
But- Yeah. No, it was about because, okay, so when there is one summer of my life that I genuinely think of as like the best summer of my life, but it was because I was going through the worst breakup of my life, and I lost 15 pounds in like a month.
Skinny queen.
I was so skinny. And I was just like living on like air and vibes, and I was just like running around doing stand-up, just like manic, like totally manic.
Yeah.
And I was like going dancing, and I was seeing this rebound guy that I didn't know anything about and didn't like at all, but it was like really fun because I was just like not present. And so I just could do anything. I was like invincible.
Yeah.
But it was bad.
But do you miss that time in your life?
I guess like it's not sustainable. It doesn't exist really. It was just like a moment in time. I miss being skinny. Anyway, but you know what's below it? That idea? My grandfather liberated Nazi camps, and I'm trying to feel my feelings.
Wow.
So my grandpa was on the other side.
He was.
Yeah.
I thought you looked familiar.
Anyway, Philip, thank you for coming on the podcast. Is there anything that we can keep an eye out for?
No.
Well, we'll follow you on Instagram.
Follow me on Instagram at Phil Comedy.
Yeah, you got some good sketches coming down the pike.
Got some good sketches coming on the pipeline. Some more stand-ups. I'm posting a lot more these days. Posting twice a week now. So
Oh, let's fucking
look at
go.
me go. I've had
those numbers up,
some British people in my comments getting mad at me for making fun of their food, so you can enjoy that.
Oh, that's nice.
And then some Russian Slovenian support recently with some other videos.
Crazy that British people would still be getting mad about the food thing. That's
Yeah,
like the most,
yeah. They were
They're like, we're different now. What?
They were like, oh, better than that yank shit you eat. And I was
Honestly,
like,
they have a point. Like, it's not like we're doing crazy things down here.
yeah, I just
But
think,
the traditional British food
oh my
is
god, it's awful.
ridiculous.
Beans on toast. You like it?
I mean, it's like, I don't know. It's, yeah, like the full English. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, it's just not anything.
Yeah, so I got that. I'm looking. I'm not touring at the moment. I'm trying to get a couple more followers before I get out on the road. But yeah, just keep up. I'm always posting. I'm always at the cellar. So come see me there.
Yeah.
Oh my god, girls, come and support me.
Ladies. But he's off the market.
You can look, but you can't touch.
Anyway, thank you, Philip, for
Thank you
coming
so
on.
much.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.
And that was our episode with Philip. Thank you guys so much for sticking around and being here. If you have any thoughts that you want to contribute to the conversation about meeting the parents or any anecdotes or silly things, leave them in the comments. I want to hear it. DM me. I don't care. Nothing matters. Anyway, if you want to see me on tour, guess what? I'm legit going a bunch of places. I just posted my tour poster. It's on my Instagram. It is pinned to my grid. Yeah, so you can see it right up top. But yeah, I have a bunch in the fall, and I don't even know where I'm going. I think it's like Atlanta, Raleigh. I'm going to Austin. I'm going to Portland, Vancouver, Seattle. And I might be missing something. I don't know. And I'm going to be in Brooklyn on the 15th, which is today, if you're watching this. And I am going to then go to Berlin, Dublin, Manchester, and the Edinburgh Fringe this summer. So it's going to be a crazy fun Euro summer. And I hope to see you there. It would mean so much to me. And we can high five and platonically kiss. Okay. Love you guys so much. Follow, like, and subscribe. See you next week. Wow!